Hello everyone, it's time for the parish notice board here on Sunday, January the 16th. And for the first time this year, the notice board is outdoors. Yes, I've finally done one out in the countryside. Now, this is a really difficult one in terms of guess where I am. Because at the moment, all you can see is a couple of fields and a power station. But I'm going to keep moving around and let's see if you can work out where I am. Comment your answers down below. Okay, that footpath I was just walking on just now has suddenly changed. It's got a bit wider and I've turned a corner as well. So what do you think I'm on now? Because this is still a footpath, it's still designated as one, but historically this was something else. Let's see if you can work out what it is. Okay, to the notices then, and the first thing on my mind today is a schedule change, which I should have mentioned last week. If you remember, I said about the East Riding video having to move from its usual position on a Saturday into a Sunday position, 2 in a row basically on the 29th and the 30th of January. I forgot to mention there are actually two schedule changes I need to make, and the second one involves the first video, if you like. It's not the first one per se, the first proper one in Leeds. That's going to come at you on January the 27th in place of Bassett Law. It's all to do with the new subtle changes that are happening with the videos from February the 1st. Okay, here's another clue. You can see off to the right here, there's another concrete strip. Now, where might you have seen something similar to that before? We have seen one of these things before, a long time ago, but we have. Anyway, the next notice is to do with a complaint I received. And it was from a video that went up earlier this week. And it was to do with a cemetery. Now, the issue was that in my filming I'd caught 2 headstones. There was a black one and there was a white one, and you could read what was on the headstones. You could read the inscriptions, and apparently that breached GDPR. So I had a little Google, couldn't find any definitive answer, and so eventually we ended up, myself and Nikki, we ended up having a chat with the Information Commissioner, and it turns out that no, it does not breach GDPR as we thought. Because let's be honest, if it had have breached it, we would have had complaints. I would have had complaints ages ago, because I've been in loads of cemeteries now and caught loads of headstones, and to be, you know, nearly 400 videos into this project and have someone say that, it's a bit disconcerting, you know, because it makes you wonder, do I have to go through all these videos and alter and you know blur them out or whatever? So what you're seeing on the screen now is a transcript of the conversation that Nikki had with the Information Commissioner. I realise this may be a little small and difficult to read, but the most important things come from the 6th and the 8th line down. The 6th line reads, "The GDPR and DPA 2018 only applies to personal data of living individuals, so it depends if the grave markers have any personal data of living individuals," which they didn't. And the 8th line down says, "Although it doesn't sound like a GDPR issue primarily, cemeteries are public places." There you have it, straight from the horse's mouth. Okay, this building here is your next clue. And next to it we have some rather interesting things. Any idea what they are? If you do, and you have an idea, comment it down there. Right, moving on to the next thing. I have now got some definitive dates, some definite dates for the Burnley trip. Yay! As I said last week, I probably would have got them by now. March 29th, March 30th and March 31st. That is when I'll be going across to Lancashire to start and finish within those couple of days the borough of Burnley. Now, this week's notice board is a little bit longer than normal, owing to the next notice. Now that I have definite dates for Burnley, I need to know where I'm going to go after Burnley on my next major trip away. And to do that, we need to go back into Village Idiot HQ. Okay, so the way we're going to decide where I'm going after Burnley, we're going to do by drawing it out of a hat in 3 stages. Now, first stage will involve this tub right here. Now in here, as you may be able to see, there's some pieces of paper. Now on each of those pieces of paper there's a county flag, and if you didn't know, every single county with the exception of the city of Bristol has a flag. Here's just an example. There's the Isle of Wight, there's Cornwall's, and there are 48 counties. Obviously Bristol's doesn't have one. Now not all of the counties are in here because I have omitted the Isle of Wight and Cornwall because I want to stay A, on the mainland, and B, I don't want to go to Cornwall yet because it's far too far away yet. I've also obviously omitted the city of Bristol, and I've also omitted the city of London because it doesn't have any parishes. I've also omitted Greater London because that only has one, and that's Queen's Park, and that's being saved for a special trip down to London at some point. And I've also omitted the counties we've already seen on the channel. So those are, in no particular order, Suffolk, Northamptonshire, Lincolnshire, Cambridgeshire, the East Riding of Yorkshire, Nottinghamshire, South Yorkshire, Cheshire, Derbyshire, I got 2 there together. Lancashire is omitted as well, even though I haven't actually been to Burnley yet, but that's omitted because that's the next place I'm going. Essex, Kent, North Yorkshire, and West Yorkshire. So all of those are not in this tub. Everything else is. So the first stage will be to pick a county. When I've done that, I have another little bowl here. Now, we had a toy pool set over Christmas, and these are the balls from it. And the great thing about these is they're numbered 1 through to 15. I've got the first 13 balls from the set here. Essex and Lancashire have 14 districts. Everywhere else has got anywhere between 1 and 13. So I only need 13 of the balls. So when I've organised what county I'm going to, I will then pick a district by picking one of these balls. We'll get to that in a moment. When I've got a district, we're then going onto the laptop because I will type all the parishes from that district into this random wheel picker, spin the wheel, and whichever one it lands on, that's the one I will send to my next trip on. Of course, I won't just do that one, I will do some others that are around it at the same time. So without further ado, let's pick where we're going. I promise you I have no idea which piece of paper is which in this tub. Okay, I have one. I have a county. Where are we going? You'll know before me. I think it's upside down. Let's see what it is. Ah, Northumberland. Right, okay. That means because it's Northumberland, I don't need this bit. There's only one district, and that is Northumberland, so I actually don't need that. Now I've got to type out the 100 and however many it is parishes, I think it's 166 in Northumberland, into this. I'll be back in a moment. Okay, so here we are on the website. This is Pick a Wheel, and I've put all 166 parishes of Northumberland into this. It took quite a while. So what will happen now, I'll spin the wheel. Whichever one it lands on, that's the one I will focus my attention on when I go on this trip. And of course I will not just do that one, I will do the other ones, or some of the other ones around it. When it's picked one, I don't know Northumberland very well. I've got Google Maps up here as well. So I will type it into Google Maps and have a quick look and see whereabouts in Northumberland it is. It's a big county. So let's see where we're going, guys. Time to spin that wheel. There were some interesting names in this. I may struggle to pronounce a few of them. What have we got? Ah, New Biggin by the Sea. Right, okay. Now let's have a look and see where New Biggin by the Sea is. It's on the coast, I do know that. New Biggin by the Sea civil parish, let's have a look. Okay. There we go, fairly big one. Right, so I can base myself at the sea here. Let's zoom out a little bit. Right, so we're a long way north of, I assume that there is Newcastle. Yes, that's Newcastle. Okay. So, okay, how far are we off Berwick upon Tweed? Oh, a long way. There's Holy Island, there's Berwick upon Tweed. So it's a long way south of that. So it's basically just to the north of Newcastle, so it's kind of in the south then of Northumberland. Great, I'm sure there's some good ones between here and here. Morpeth is just there. That's handy. Nice big town. Some of these names I saw putting them into the picker wheel. So yeah, there's some stuff I can get done here, guys. Right, so after Burnley, that's where I'm going then. New Biggin by the Sea. And that leaves me with the coming week, and this week is going to be very busy. I'm going to be filming 3 days this coming week. I'll be heading to Newark and Sherwood on Tuesday. I'll be heading to West Lindsey on Friday and to North Lincolnshire on Saturday. 12 parishes in all, and they're coming up on the bottom of your screen right now. It's gonna nigh on kill me this week, I'll be honest with you, but you know, I've got that desire, that determination to do this, so you know, as long as I've got that, I will keep making these videos for you. And last week's little preview of what's coming up on the channel during the week was greatly received last week too, so that's going to be a feature at the end of every parish notice board from now on. So here's what's coming up this week on the channel. I've been Andy, also known as the Village Idiot, and I'm out.